Hey guys, it's Ethan from Vapours Canada. Welcome back. It's good to see you. It's been a little while. It's been actually quite a while. We haven't shot since March. I know I don't have to say it, but we're going to say that swear word. It was because of COVID. Unfortunately, me and my team that I shoot with, we weren't able to see each other, get in contact with each other. Everybody was working remote. So we did have to take a little bit of a hiatus there. Not so much for a bad reason, because honestly, we were in the midst of our construction on our new store. As you can see, beautiful new setup, a little more professional. I'm liking it. But our new setup is finally finished. For those of you who follow us on Facebook, watch our live streams, you would have seen the store was in construction, in a construction phase. I did a live stream when the entire store was gutted. There wasn't even anything in here. And now here we are with the finished product. It took about 4 weeks, and we've been open now for probably about 3. And customers are giving us great feedback. We're super happy with how people like it, and it is good to be back. The good thing about this hiatus is that we have a lot of new products, a lot of new stuff to talk about, a lot of new stuff to show you. So there's a little bit of a positive. So starting off today, our first review back, we're going to talk about the Smok Rigel 230 watt kit. This is a new dual battery kit from Smok. It's funny, a lot of companies are actually pumping out dual batteries a little more than they have been over the past couple of years, which is really good to see, and they're making them a hell of a lot more affordable. So we'll get down into it, we'll take a look at it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts as usual. All right guys, so we're taking a look at the Smok 230 watt kit, 230 watt Rigel kit, sorry. Dual battery from Smok, very compact. As you can see, I've already got one out of the box here. This is my personal one I've been using. That's why we're going to use this one to actually take a vape on it and everything like that. But I've been using this for probably about a week, 2 weeks now. As most of you guys know, I'm not a huge sub-ohm guy. I'm mostly about my pod systems and my salt neck. But with this, I've actually really enjoyed it. Very compact dual battery, and this new, I believe TFV9 tank is what it's called. Very large tank. And they've gone back to their normal kind of Baby Beast style coils, not so much a push press anymore. So Smok kind of getting back to their roots. But let's take a look at what we got inside the box here. Packaging from Smok, kind of the normal packaging we see. You get your highlights on what the kit does. Disclaimer down here, nicotine warning, all that fun stuff. And Smok has literally had the same packaging forever. Ever since I've been in this industry, Smok's packaging has never changed. At least this box here hasn't changed at all. So as usual, we get some literature, a little bigger than usual. Wow. Battery safety card, very important. Make sure if you don't know your battery safety, always give that a look over. And your quality assurance warranty card deal as well. So this is how the kit comes. You get a micro USB cable down here for firmware upgrades. This is not for charging. I'm going to tell you guys this every time we do a dual battery. This is not for charging. You cannot charge your dual batteries through the device with this cable. The cells are too big. You need to take them out of your device and charge them in a bay charger, okay? In here we got the mod as well. This would be the Smok Rigel mod. Goes up to 230 watts. Very nice chipset on it. And then also your TFV9 tank pre-installed coil as well. I believe it's a 0.15. And take a look at mine real quick. Yep, I believe it's a 0.15 in there. And the extra coil you get is a 0.15 as well. This guy, I believe they go up to 90 watts, 40 to 90. Smok tends to give a huge range on their coils. I never really recommend, if your coil says it does 60 to 130 watts, it's safe to say it does not go to 130 watts. Make sure you keep it under 100 watts. But these coils have been very good to me so far. They're not burning out super quick. And they're definitely taking a beating. I've been using mine at about 100 watts. And it's holding up pretty nicely. Extra glass as well. And one thing to note too, on this TFV9 tank, you do get a bubble glass pre-installed. I believe the spare glass is, yeah, a straight glass. But on this TFV9 tank pre-installed, you get the bubble glass. Should hold about 7.5 mils, I believe, 7 mils. Yeah, these tank capacities are getting pretty large here. So we'll put that away. I just wanted to show you guys how it looks when it comes in the box. I'll show you guys mine though, because I've got it all set up. Very nice chipset, all the way up to 130 watts. You can actually change the color of the chipset too. All those kind of adjustments people like aesthetically, right? Mine right now is red, kind of match the red O-rings I got in here. The fill method on this tank's really cool too. So they did use the normal Smok kind of swing, but now they have an actual locking mechanism. So this right here is spring loaded, and you're gonna have to pull up on that, and then it'll, whoop, don't take your tank off. Now I gotta find where it swings from. Then it'll swing from here, right? Put it back on, we gotta lift it up again, and it slaps into place there, right? So that's pretty cool. I mean, that'll keep it from, a lot of people with these older Smok tanks had a problem with the resistance of that actual swing. Some people would have it flying open in their pocket and stuff like that. This is definitely going to keep that from happening. Smok markets it as a child-resistant lock. I don't really know how child-resistant that's going to be, but all in all, how about you just keep your vape away from your children? That might solve the child-resistant problem. But yeah, the good, nice spring-loaded there, swings open, keeps it from swinging open in your pocket. That's nice. Adjustable airflow. They kind of did a thing here with the airflow where they cut it in two. Not entirely sure why they did that. Maybe it's so it marks where half open is. But I leave mine wide open, which is kind of weird because with most of my tanks, I'll usually choke it off a bit. But with this one, I find it's pristine when it's wide open, right? Also, just the normal Smok 810 TFV8 drip tip. Yeah, pretty simple, guys. Batteries go in here in the back. Back door just pops off, and it pretty much is just the size of 2 dual batteries right there. So we'll bring it back on top. I'll give it a vape, and I'll give you guys my thoughts. All right, guys, so we're back on top with the Smok Rigel 230 watt kit. I believe it's pronounced Rigel. It looks like it's pronounced Rigel. One of the guys here tried to tell me it was pronounced Rigel. I'm going with Rigel. 230 watts. I said I was vaping it at 100 watts. That was a lie. I'm vaping it at 70 watts. I had it at 100 watts because I had my Vandy Vape Bonza RDA on top of here, which for people who still build, if you're new to building and you've never tried a Bonza RDA, you should try it. It's the best RDA of all time, in my opinion. But yeah, with the tank on here, I'm vaping it at 70 watts. Got some Bavarian cream in here right now. The actual rating on this coil is, I just want to make sure I was correct on that. And I can't find it. I believe it is 60 to 90. All I can see is the 90 watts, but I believe it is 60 to 90 or 50 to 90 in that range. So you're kind of mid-range sub-ohm tank, not super high-powered, not so much low-powered either. To me, that's the sweet spot. It works for everybody when it's going at this kind of wattage. So like I said, I got it at a nice 70 watts, very normal, right smack in the middle of what it would be. Like I said, also airflow wide open. So let's give it a vape. It's hard for me to review these because, like I said, I'm not a huge sub-ohm guy anymore. I have actually been using this very, slightly here and there, more than I would use any other sub-ohm kit over the past year or two. Just because I genuinely do like it. It is a good kit, and I'm in disbelief that Smok actually made something of this quality. It very much so resembles the mod. It very much so resembles a Relo. If you remember when Wismec was big on their Relo series, they came out with the Relo dual battery. It's almost like Smok took a jab at that or took a play out of their playbook because this front looks very much so like the Relo dual battery. The tank itself, it's a Smok tank. I mean, they're all the same. They're not so much different in nature. The Prince tank was very much similar to the TFV8 and the Cloud Beast and the Cloud Beast King. This is very similar to a TFV8 Cloud Beast from 3-4 years ago. Just with an updated fill method, and they kept that same coil changing method. The coil doesn't push press anymore like we saw with the TF tank on the Mag kit. It's threaded in just like a normal Baby Beast coil. It almost looks identical to a Baby Beast coil. I've been meaning to try and see if the Baby Beast coils are compatible in this. I haven't really had the chance to do that. If I had to guess just by looking at the device and the coil, they look pretty much identical. I wouldn't be surprised if you could fit a Baby Beast coil in here, but don't quote me on that. I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna give it another vape here. And it does hit, like it's good. 70 watts. I don't really have a good gauge for that kind of thing anymore. And it does definitely pump out a lot of vapor. I don't have a good gauge for how well tanks hit anymore. I mean, 70 watts feels like a freight train to me nowadays. It may feel a little lighter to some people, but like I said, you can go all the way up to 90 watts on this coil. They haven't come out with too many coils for this guy yet. There is only 2 variations at the moment, I believe. But knowing Smok, there'll be 5 within a couple months, right? So yeah, guys, that is the Smok Rigel kit, 230 watt kit. We do have this in stock here at Vapours Canada. And I was talking about at the beginning about how these are more affordable now. These dual battery kits that are coming out nowadays, if we talk about 3 years ago, dual battery kits you would buy for, $119.99 plus tax, and then 2 more batteries, that's an extra, $26 before tax. These guys are retailing for $79.99. Retailers are making them more affordable because there are still people out there who want to use dual battery kits. Not everybody likes pod systems and salt nicotine. And it's a little annoying for them when everybody else can vape for $29.99 and their kit costs them $130, right? So $79.99 for this guy, very affordable kit, high quality, better quality than you would have seen at a Smok a year or 2 ago. And yeah, me personally, for a sub-ohm kit, I definitely do recommend it. So if you guys want to see more about this, you can find it on our site, vapourscanada.com. Visit any of our stores. They do have all these in stock, and we will catch you in the next video. Have a good one.
Time to make the change. Vapours Canada. Vapours Canada.